Hi friends, are you ready for chapters 18 and 19 of Chasing Helicity? When we left off, Helicity was just leaving to go on her storm chasing adventure for the summer with Sam and Lana. Are you ready? Here we go. June 26, Madison, Wisconsin. I've never kept a journal before because, let's face it, I've never had anything this exciting to record before. So here I am in Madison, sharing a hotel room with Lana. She says it's a 2-star establishment, nothing great, and maybe it's a little run down with peeling wallpaper and musty smelling carpets, but who cares? We're only here for one night, then it's off to the next stop, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But that's tomorrow. Right now, my mind is buzzing with what's happening today. The drive with Sam and Lana. Fun. The ferry ride across Lake Michigan. Fun, then a little boring because it was so long. Then, the wait with Sam while Lana and Ray got their SUVs off the boat. Even longer. Ray suggested pushing on to Dubec. That would have been another few hours driving. So Lana, Sam, and I outvoted him. And then here we are. Ray is super cool, by the way. I could listen to his storm chasing stories for hours, especially those that Lana's in, which is most of them. They clearly adore each other, in a father-daughter kind of way. Oh geez, that reminds me, Lana doesn't have any family. Her parents were killed in a fire when she was in college, and she was only a child. No aunts, no uncles, no living grandparents either. And Ray was teasing her about being married to her work, so I guess that means she's never had a husband or wife, whatever. Basically, she's alone in this world except for Ray, and Sam and Mia now too. Oh, and the group that sponsored this trip, the LME Foundation. LME stands for Lana McKelvey, apparently. She inherited a lot of money when her parents died. She used it to create the foundation, which helps fund science and engineering projects and stuff. Pretty cool if you ask me. Sam loves Ray. Or at least he loves Ray's SUV, Mo West. It's unbelievable, huge, and totally tricked out with the best storm chasing gear, like ham radio equipment. Made a fool myself laughing about ham, duh. 2 mounted laptops for GPS and SAT radar, cameras and lenses, binoculars, and a bunch of other stuff. Sam is a tech geek, who knew? And he and Ray were babbling about the software and gear and all through dinner. Snore. Anyway, Lana says I should turn in now. So, good night. June 27th, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Another day of travel, this time about 3.5 hours on the highway. Good cell phone service, even though it's raining. I called home, figuring Andy would be bored, but Mom picked up. She said Andy wasn't feeling good, so he'd taken the day off from work to be with him. I started to ask what was wrong, but she'd hung up because he was calling her. Anyway, I'll try again later. I texted with Mia a lot. She's loving Texas so far. Says her aunt is pretty easygoing compared to her mom. Anyone would be. Mia's mom is wound up tighter than a drum. The B&B has some guests, but no cute guys, so she's disappointed. Typical Mia. She asked if Sam had made a move yet. Yeah, right, as if. I texted an eye-rolling emoji. She sent one back with hearts, and we had an all-out emoji war until she had to go clean one of the guest bathrooms. Ew. It's been raining hard all day, and the desk clerk here at the hotel said it has been for 3 days straight. He sounded worried. Lana told me later that Cedar Rapids has serious flooding problems in the past, so I guess it explains the guy's concern. I wonder if I should be worried too. June 28th. Quick note from the road. Up early, heading north, following the storm. Strong winds. Ray and Sam are up ahead. Lana's eyes are glued to their taillights. I'm watching for changes to the clouds and precipitation. This is real. June 29th, Charles City, Iowa. Yesterday was crazy. We followed the storm for a while, but nothing besides rain and wind developed. So after a few hours, we called it quits. We were all hungry, so we stopped at dinner for lunch. While we were waiting for our order, Ray saw a brief radar indication, tornado. We got in the car and rushed away, but that was almost gone as soon as we turned out of the diner. We were bummed, Sam in particular, because if we'd kept going, we might have seen it. But that's how it sometimes is. The local storm report said it had been spotted only briefly by a local farmer. That wasn't the crazy part, though. We went back to the diner, actually to eat our food just as it came out. Bang! High winds sent a tree crashing into the hood of Lana's SUV. The damage made it undrivable, so she had to get it towed to a nearby car shop. Unfortunately, it might not be ready for a day or two because a lot of workers are already gone for the 4th of July. Almost forgot that holiday was coming up. We can't fix it. We can't all fit in Ray's truck, so Lana and Ray checked us into this hotel. They went to talk to the farmer. Sam and I stayed behind. The rain let up later that afternoon, so Sam and I swam in the outdoor pool and then walked to get ice cream at Dairy Queen. It was fun until I went to pay. That's when I discovered some of my money was missing. $40 to be exact. I know I put the whole $75 in my wallet before I left home, and I haven't spent any since the trip began because Lana's been paying for everything. Sam says maybe some hotel worker took the cash, but I don't think so because I've had my purse with me the whole time. I don't know. Maybe I did leave some at home. I'll ask Andy to look the next time I call. Hopefully he'll be feeling better by then. So all that happened yesterday. It's morning now, and Lana and Ray left an hour ago to follow up on the farmer's claim. Seems they think it might have been wrong or even lying to get insurance money or something. They want to take some more pictures of the damage. Sam and I said that we wouldn't mind cramming into the back of the SUV, but apparently the farmer's pretty ornery. Ray's word, not mine. And Lana wasn't too keen on us being around him. So Sam and I are stuck at the hotel again. It's pouring out, so no leaving the hotel to walk around town and no indoor pool. So if we don't find something to do besides watch TV and wait for Lana and Ray to return, I think we'll go crazy. Chapter 19. Helicity finished her entry and closed her journal with a heavy sigh. Sam was stretched out in Lana's bed, watching a news report about concerns of flooding in vulnerable areas of the state. Suddenly, the room phone rang, startling them both. Should we answer it? Helicity asked. Sam shrugged and picked up the receiver. He spoke for a few minutes, then hung up. That was the front desk. The repair shop just dropped off Lana's car. Come on, let's go check it out. Make sure it's okay. Grateful for any excuse to get out of the room, Helicity followed Sam to the elevator, downstairs. The desk clerk seemed reluctant to hand over the keys until Sam pointed out the SUV that was blocking the main entrance. You can move it yourself if you like, he added with a careless shrug, but then you'd have to run through the rain to get back inside. You really want to finish your shift in wet clothes and messy hair? The clerk didn't need more convincing. She slid the keys over to Sam. Come on, 14, Sam said. They pushed through the revolving door. Helicity didn't think it was possible, but the rain had intensified since they'd left the room. It pounded on the entrance overhanging, gushed out of the ends of the metal downspouts, and fell in sheets beyond the covering. A blast of wind flung wet spray at Helicity. Impatient to get in the car, she yelled at Sam, "Hey, stop fiddling with your phone and open it up, will you? I'm getting soaked." The locks clicked. She yanked the passenger side door open and jumped in. Sam did the same. His black hair was wet and stuck to his face, but he didn't seem to notice. Grinning like a madman, he tossed his phone in the cup holder, jammed the key in the ignition, and started the engine. Lights, he flickered on the headlights. Camera, he turned on Lana's dash cam. And action! He hit the gas, but instead of driving it through the parking area, he turned out of the lot and onto the road. Hey, wait! Helicity cried over the rapid thump of the windshield wipers. Where are we going? Got an alert, Sam replied briefly. Possible tornado 15 miles south of here. So, we just can't go off and chase it, Sam laughed. Helicity, you're kidding, right? That's what we're gonna do. But what about Lana and Ray? We have to tell them, so go ahead and text them. They probably saw the warning too and are on their way right now. He pressed the accelerator. The SUV surged forward through a wide puddle, sending up a wall of dirty brown water. Felicity's insides twisted as she pulled out her phone and sent Lana a text. What Sam was doing was reckless. She'd never been more sure of anything in her life, but she knew nothing she said would convince him to turn around. Should I make him pull over and let me out? She thought as the SUV swung around in another corner. She rejected the idea immediately. I let him go after that storm alone once before. Never again. He needs another pair of eyes to get through it safely. She opened her GPS app. Tell me where we're going, she said through gritted teeth, and I'll get us there. Traffic on the main road out of town was thin but slow, moving because of the driving rain. On one straight stretch, Sam accelerated to veer around the sedan. As they passed the car, the driver shot Helicity a dirty look. She didn't blame him. How much further? Sam asked. Turn left, and then it's just... Left where? Here, on the one up ahead. Here, no, wait, the next one. Helicity flung out her arms to brace herself as Sam jerked the wheel one way, then back again. Her phone slipped from her hand and fell to her feet. Come on, 14, work with me here, huh? Sam growled. He took the correct turn onto a one-car lane that bisected two massive cornfields. No other vehicles were in sight. Helicity leaned down to retrieve her phone. Suddenly, a large truck roared out from one side, a side road hidden by the corn. Sam slammed on the brakes. Helicity's head struck the dashboard with a dull thud. She saw stars. Whoa, 14, are you okay? Heart hammering in her chest, Helicity rubbed the painful spot and nodded. The truck was on the same road up ahead of them now. She peered through the windshield and read the logo on the back of the truck. Tornado Tom, Seeker of Storms. She sucked in her breath. Tornado Tom, I've seen that guy's videos. He's like a superstar of storm chasers. Sam grabbed the wheel more tightly. Then that means we're heading in the right direction. But unless I can get around him, he'll be there first. He nosed the SUV to the left and as if preparing to pass. Wait, Sam, don't. There's not enough room. Sam kept going. The SUV's tires grazed the edge of the cornfield, snapping stalks and crushing them. Helicity pressed her hands to the dashboard, willing Sam to drop back. But he pressed on, pumping his fists and driving a loud whoop when he zoomed by Tornado Tom's truck. Oh yeah, baby, there's a new chaser in town, and his name is Sam Levesky. They drove for another half mile with Tom close behind. Then all at once, Tom started honking his horn. Helicity looked in her side rearview mirror and expecting to see the truck closing in. To her consideration, he had come to a halt that was flashing his lights at them, still honking. Too late, Helicity understood Tom was trying to warn them. She took out her GPS and gasped. Stop! She yelled. The cornfields ended abruptly, cut off by a wide stream that formed a T with another road. Along one vehicle wooden bridge crossed the stream. In fair weather, it would have been a pretty spot, waving fields of corn, blue sky, and cool water flowing beneath the wooden structure. Now, though, the flow was swift-moving flood that swamped the bridge's surface and the roadway around it. Sam braked hard. They pitched forward in their seats. Helicity made a strangled sound in her throat as her seatbelt dug into her shoulder and her chest, but the SUV didn't stop. The water covering the road just made an inch or two deep, but that was enough to separate the tires from the pavement. They started hydroplaning, skidding out of control across the water's surface. Hang on, Sam shouted as his voice frantic with fear. The SUV careered onto the bridge, fish-tailed sideways, and slammed into the wooden rails. The airbags deployed. Helicity screamed as the rails gave way. They tilted over to one side and hung there. For a split second, she dared to think that they were safe. Then the wood holding them groaned and snapped. They nosedived into the water. The SUV's grill hit and steamed with the sickening crunch of metal on the rock. The windshield blew apart, and then the water started to pour in. Yikes. All right. We will read chapter 20 tomorrow, and then that will be the end of our story. All right. See you next time.